Looking good, looking good. Looking good. Oop, I gotta leave that up so I can see chat. And just make sure that it is actually transmitting because sometimes. Okay, cool. Alright, folks. Let me be perfectly honest. I've spent today doing absolutely nothing. I needed to recover after a very long week at work. And I'm honest, I've been spending so much time playing Dark Souls 3, I wanted to do something different tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Ephemeral One, and let's indulge in watching someone else's hard work over the course of many years. As you can see, the beginning of this story is 5 years ago. The artist Dingo Doodles, who you can see here and you can look up directly on YouTube. Now that's all I'm doing is watching the channel. And let's just enjoy some relaxing content with them. As you can see, there's many episodes, currently 31, from 5 years ago till now. This has been a long time project and honestly is a testament to what a creative person can do. So, rather than indulging in the lore of Dark Souls, I think we'll indulge in a different type of story. And, well, I'll just have my commentary going as we go along. So, without further ado, folks, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at what is known as the Fool's Gold campaign. A great story I absolutely respect and adore.
I didn't think my first video would be Dungeons and Dragons, but, well, here we go. Wait, don't just leave just yet. You do not have to know Dungeons and Dragons in order to appreciate the stupidity. Now,
one thing I'll say is, even from the very beginnings, and as we watch through the videos, you'll see the production values improve. However, one thing a lot of people get confused about is what makes certain art good for animation and motion versus what allows them to be very good for, a static still image. Where they go, well, why can't you make a animation that's like a watercolor painting, coming to life? There's no reason, and you can do that. But the truth is, it's extraordinarily time consuming. And in many cases, what you can get across may not be as good as something with a simple art style like this, especially when things become far more fantastical. So, no, that's one thing I will always respect about Dingo is their great usage of something that is very simple but still very definite and can become extremely detailed when necessary and appropriate. So, just wanted to put that out there. That the art style may seem simple at first blush, but trust me, it's that way for a reason.
I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for about 6 to 7 years, and I've never royally messed up like this before. Oh, Dingo, don't beat yourself up. Everybody messes up in D&D. Isn't that kind of like the point of the game? Everybody TPKs their team eventually. I mean, stray fireball gets out of your hand, one of your teammates has something explosive on their back, and boom! New campaign! No, but you don't understand. I TPK'd the universe. Just a little bit of background. This was a 3.5 campaign done by my boyfriend Felix, and there were about 5 players. At the time, there was only 3 of us, because the other 2 were sick. My character was a level 6 wild mage named Sips. The thing about a wild mage is that they can cast magic, but they have a percentile where their magic can go wild, where it can really mess up everything. You want to cast create water? Well, how about snakes? Or you want to cast light? Well, how about a dire bear? My character's wild magic percentile was determined by how much his curse was grown on him. He had a crocodile hand, and the more that it grew onto him and his skin became more into a crocodile, the higher percentage his wild magic was.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is something you, if you play D&D, are very familiar with, which is the character art that you will draw something something awesome or something cool or interesting about your character happened, and inevitably you have to, if you're the artistically inclined, you feel you have to draw it because it is just that cool. And I wish I was that artistically talented. I'm a writer, unfortunately, so I don't get to do this. I had to, as I put in the description, the avatar I'm even using is a creation of a friend of mine. So I have no real artistic talent to draw. My life would actually be somewhat easier with that because I would be able to draw some of the things that go through my head. Instead, I'm limited to the words I use to describe and paint the pictures that I see in my mind. So, like here, she's drawn her character in a style you won't see too much actually, where they're very detailed and anime edgy, I guess is the phrase I would love to use. You'll see what the style they go with in place anyway. But it's a good use for contrast of what I was talking about earlier about how certain models and ways characters are made can be used specifically for when they're animated for movement and various things, or more detailed for a static image.
At the time, he was about at 30% for his magic to just go buck wild. The session started normally like all sessions, where we were trying to get to another town, and this town particularly was in the swamps, and it was called Alchemist Quarry. We're traveling through the swamps, and we constantly have to make reflex saves, because there's friggin' earthquakes every gosh darn minute. We didn't really think much of it, but turns out it's kind of our death. Foreshadowing. We arrived at the town, and this town was really, it was magical as fuck. Everything was magical. All the buildings, all the people, just magic, 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 magic. Since there were only about 3 of us instead of the normal 5, we kind of all looked at each other and went, want to go get drunk? Heck yeah. We went for a drink, and, well, my character doesn't really drink. He's never gotten drunk before. So initially when he went to the bar, he kind of hung out and did nothing until one of the players in my group went up to me and said, "Hey, you want to sing karaoke with me?" And Sips was like, I'm gonna have to get really drunk for that. So he rolled and he got a natural 1. So he kind of just looked at the drink and was instantly smashed. Now, I don't know what you think, but I think having a drunk wild mage is not really a great combination. But Sips managed to go up there and actually crush it. He was a great singer, he rolled high, and at the end, he wanted to show off his little bit of magic and cast dancing lights as something like, ta-da! Well, when he did that, Felix rolled for the percentile and got like a 29, like just under the percentile. So as soon as he cast lights, dancing lights, it was wild magic. We all kind of looked at each other and went, what's gonna happen? And so Felix was like, okay, I got this. He looks at the chart next to him and he rolls to see what he has to choose from the chart. So he rolls, and then you kind of see this expression on his face where he goes, ooh. And then
Anytime the DM kind of cringes, you know you're in for something that even the DM's like, oh, this is going to go bad in so many ways.
everybody kind of like looks at each other and goes, uh, what's up, Felix? With this blank stare into nothingness, he goes, when you cast dancing lights, you feel the energy leave your hand, and then you feel nothing after. As you have now created a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic. As in, no magic can exist in this space. Ever. We're in a city that is all magic. Everything's magic. The drinks are magic. Food's magic. Your underwear is magic. Everything is magic. And I just created a 700-foot radius, so 1,400 feet across, of permanent dead magic. Sips kind of like stands there, and first of all, he's drunk, so he doesn't really realize what just happened. But the player next to me definitely knows what just happened.
That expression of just absolute abject.
But the player next to me definitely
That, oh shit, this is going to go south.
knows what just happened. Everybody in the bar just starts to freak out. The guards go into a panic. They see what I just did, and they just charge at me. In which the player next to me grabs me and says, oh, we gotta go. We run down the alley being chased by these pretty pissed off guards and pretty pissed off civilians. And my character's like, what's everybody so mad about? We see a building that we can climb up and hide from everyone. We get up and we somehow manage to avoid the guards and the angry mob of magic users. Well, prior magic users. And there comes over this false sense of security that everything's fine. And we're on top of this building, and it's like, oh, thank God we lost them. Probably not a great idea to create a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic. But you see, that wasn't the problem, because the problem was really when I heard Felix go, how big was that permanent dead magic zone? And I kind of like turn to him and say, like 700 feet radius, so 1,400 feet across. And he just has this horrified look on his face. You can just see the numbers floating in front of his head as he's trying to calculate something. He turns and goes through his notes frantically, looking for something. And then you just hear a, oh no, oh no, in which the entire group goes, what is it? And then we feel a rumble underneath us. The same rumbles we've been feeling all throughout the campaign, these little earthquakes that I was complaining about. Yeah, so we turn and we see this creature bursting out of the ground and rising up. And you know what it is? For any of you kids at home that may know, it's a Tarrasque. And for any of you kids who don't know what a Tarrasque is at home, this thing is 50 feet tall, 70 feet long, and weighs 130 tons. This is the scariest creature in D&D. It eats worlds for fun. So let me just read an excerpt from the D&D Wikipedia page on the Tarrasque. Although no one present has likely ever seen it before, its hulking monstrosity is instantly recognized to anyone who has ever heard the stories of the legendary wrath. There is only one beast that casts its shadow over entire cities, only one creature capable of striking such fear into all who gaze upon it. After all, there is only one Tarrasque. All it does is kill, eat, sleep, and repeat. This thing has 700 health, attacks with plus 46, and moves at 80 feet per turn. This thing is insane. And did I forget to mention that I'm a level 6? All my party members are a level 6. How are we supposed to go against a level 20? It's a god! Yeah, because it turns out this village out in the middle of nowhere has a freaking Tarrasque underneath it that was held by immovable rods of magic. So when I cast that dead magic zone of 700 feet, it kind of dispelled the rods and released the Tarrasque. But it wasn't really my fault, because who freaking keeps a Tarrasque underneath their city? That's like keeping the Antichrist in your closet.
Yeah, but still, that is one of those really amusing moments in D&D where you're just sitting there going, oh, I am so fucked.
So I drunkenly sang karaoke so bad that I released The Apocalypse. Yeah. Today's video is sponsored by thedeckofmany.com. My first sponsor, you guys. Yay! Also, this is a part 2 of my previous D&D video, so I'd recommend watching part 1 so you're not wondering what the heck I'm talking about. But if you don't, I get it. You're a rebel. You live on the edge. Okay, so why is there a part 2 to this? You'd think after releasing a Tarrasque, it'd be game over, right? And believe me, we thought that too. We were planning to throw our character sheets into the fire. Till Felix was like, just hold on a second. My group's philosophy for playing D&D is fun trumps rules. So if there's a rule that we all unanimously agree is kind of silly or just doesn't really work, we get rid of it. It's just our interpretation of the game, which is fine. Everybody plays D&D differently, and that just happens to be the way we do it. So we all agreed we wanted to give it another shot and keep this campaign going. We loved our characters and the story that Felix was making, so we weren't
Yeah, no, and that's one of those things people forget about. I see so many people bogged down in making characters and making them OP, and it's like, no, you're missing the point. The point of the game is to have fun. I've had various characters. One of my very first ones was a half drow, dark elf, half drow, half elf. So yeah, he was half drow and half like wood elf, and he was in a city, and he was basically a professional smuggler whose goal was to get with the mafia's boss's daughter. That was the whole thing, and I'll always laugh because the first time I ever ended up, I got one-shotted by a giant slime. So we were completely just overdone by the. So I get one-shotted from full health, mind you. That's how bad the DM would roll and screw us over. So I get completely wiped. And the party's like, well, we don't have enough money to do a resurrection scroll. Until the druid speaks up, going, well, I have the reincarnation spell. And they're like, oh, are you going to be okay with that? Do you want to just come back as your character so you don't have to change anything? I'm like, no, we'll let the dice speak, let the game play. So I go from a half drow, half elf to a male to a female gnome. But being a sorcerer, with charisma being one of my strongest points, I kind of just took it and rolled with it. So my character kept doing his job, kept doing their job, even after switching genders and such. And it was like, okay. And we rolled to see if the boss's daughter was into it, and yeah, she was still going good for us. So it was one of those, okay, my character kept going. Actually, even seducing a Rakshasa out of a boss fight so that I could do business to smuggle them good meats and for treasure. I will always laugh at that because it was purely the fact that I was female and he had a thing for gnomes, and it was like, yeah, sweet, I'll take it. Anyone who's played D&D has some story like this, and it will always come around when you ask.
Gonna give up now. We ain't no quitters. To be honest, I didn't think I'd be talking about this anymore, but I think it's interesting and fun. It's all kind of an experiment. So let's have a go at it, right? Okay, so let's establish some things I left out from the previous video. Our team consists of a druid named Gothy, a crystal golem named Gorthan, a spell scale named Julian, and a magical girl named Arena. Yes, we have a magical girl, and yes, she sparkles and everything, and yes, we are blinded every time she transforms. My eyes! Alchemist Quarry is also inhabited by mostly anthropomorphic creatures. It's pretty much Furry Town, which we constantly make fun of Felix for making.
There's a reason they're furries, damn it!
We'll get back to that later. Also, the name of the campaign is called Fool's Gold. It's because at the start of the campaign we were all merchants, which eventually we all became adventurers. Fun fact, the three of us are standing outside of the city, watching this Tarrasque start to decimate buildings and start the apocalypse. Sips is still drunk and eventually is slapped out of it. And now he can see what he did. Well, I'm just gonna go. Nope, we are fixing this. How? I don't know if you've noticed, but I kind of made a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic, and I kind of use magic, so I can't exactly do anything. I could yell at it, but I don't think that's gonna help. The group brainstormed around the table for what seemed like forever, because essentially we're trying to stop the apocalypse. Maybe we could freeze it with a huge amount of freezing potion. Maybe we could, find a genie and wish it gone. Now hear me out. Another Tarrasque. Are you still drunk? In the meantime, the city mages come together and form a circle around the city, slowly dispelling the permanent magic zone. Pretty much the entire time that our group is running around, freaking out, and being useless. Eventually, they dispel the zone, and out comes this woman, this mysterious figure who is very obviously the leader, who brings out 2 followers and a chest. They open up the chest and give her what looks to be shrunken versions of the Tarrasque's hands, feet, and head. It's kind of like those voodoo shrunken head kind of stuff. Creepy. She puts them on and starts to control the Tarrasque using magic, like some kind of crazy puppet master. Extra creepy. Right at that moment when she starts to use the voodoo that she do, all the anthropomorphic NPCs in the town start to freak out. Like they're on fire, but there's no fire. It seems like the magic that she's using is affecting the citizens, but only the furries. And then Sips feels it too, but only in his cursed arm. It's like somebody dipped your arm into acid. Great. Should we deal with that? Nope, this is fine, this is perfect, this is great. Yep. Sips tries to cast sleep on himself to try to get away from the pain, but he fails his concentration check because he feels like he's burning in acid. Gothy quickly shoves a sleeping potion down Sips' throat to make him fall asleep, but he succeeds his save, so his body won't take it and he won't fall asleep. I'm just rolling saves like, go to sleep, damn it, but he keeps succeeding. So while this is happening, all the mages surround this lady and buffs her constitution to double the amount of the Tarrasque, so essentially bumping her HP like a madman. Then she starts to choke herself, which translates to the Tarrasque choking itself. Due to her ridiculous constitution, she is able to outlast it. It's kind of like a holding your breath contest in a way. And essentially, she chokes out the Tarrasque like a boss. So while this is all happening, everybody's just watching and going like, whoa, this is crazy. Whoa, this is so cool. Wow. While Sips is just screaming in agony in the background. She stops the magic Everybody, including Sips, stops freaking out and feeling like they're gonna die. She then takes off her creepy gear, turns in our direction, and takes a second. Sips? Sips's face of first pain, then relief, then confusion, turns to just pissed. Just a look of pure rage as he is staring down the woman that ruined his life, Kinora. Okay, so I kind of need to let you know a little bit about Sips's backstory for you to know why he looks at this woman like he wants to cast a level 9 spell up her face. Sips is not actually an anthropomorphic monkey or an apeling like some of you guys think, or some other monkey races in D&D. He's just a normal monkey who, when very young, got taken and sold to be an entertainment monkey. Those ones with the little hats and the music box. Not a great look for him. He's just a monkey who hated his life. Till one day, a mysterious figure came up to Sips's owner, Hodge, and asked to buy Sips's hands and feet. Just the hands and feet. You weirdo! So Hodge knocks Sips out, cuts off his hand. Sips wakes up, 'cause you just cut off his hand. Attacks Hodge, 'cause you just cut off his hand. And beelines it out of there to the swamps. He's losing a lot of blood, and he becomes lost. Then lo and behold, guess who shows up? Boom boom, mysterious figure who wanted his hands and feet 'cause they're creepy. Which turns out to be, boom boom, Kinora. She offers to help him. I mean, he's a monkey. He has no idea what's going on, what this woman is saying, so he's gonna die if he doesn't accept. So he's like, okay. She takes him back to her house? Essentially a voodoo shack. She's a witch doctor who's bat crazy. Puts him on a table and helps him, emphasis on help, by attaching a very special, a very cursed, magical crocodile hand onto his vacant stump of a right arm. At that moment, so much magic and energy flows through him that he becomes awakened. So for anybody who doesn't know how the awaken spell works, it pretty much just means that you become conscious or sentient. So monkey ain't no stupid monkey anymore. He understands. And Kinora's like, cool, now we can replace some other things. Nope, this witch is crazy, I'm out. Sips attacks Kinora and nopes right out of there. So from there on, he just traveled and slowly became Sips. So you can get why he stares at this woman with the rage of 1,000 suns. But I'm gonna leave it here for a part 3 because the video is getting a bit long. I'm not really sure how you guys are gonna react to this video, but I had fun making it, so I'm happy. I will also be putting out an animated story video in between these, probably, unless the urge hits me to just keep going with part 3 like right away. So you probably won't get part 3 until September. Anyway, thanks for watching, and
The upside of watching these after the fact is we don't have to wait months and months between chapters. We can watch them pretty much continuously, so be aware of that.
And this video was sponsored by thedeckofmany.com. They make convenient reference cards for 5th edition D&D of monsters, NPCs, conditions, a lot of really cool stuff. As a DM, I can clearly see why these would be a godsend. So link in the description.
Yeah, because they quick flashcards to let you go, okay, right, this does this. So you don't have to keep looking it up in the book. Just things to speed up gameplay.
This video is sponsored by the Deck of Many Animated Spells Kickstarter. Let's do this. Sips is staring down Kinora. Now, the smart thing to do after seeing a person who just took down a Tarrasque with just their magic would to not mess with said person. But I never said Sips was a smart monkey. He gets up and slowly starts to walk towards this woman. And in his mind, all you can hear is murder, 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 murder. And you better believe I'm rolling to see if he finally fails his saves against that sleep potion that is still in his system so he can fall unconscious. 'Cause by this point, everyone around the table is chanting, pass out, pass out, pass out. 'Cause if he attacks Kinora, if this turns into a fight, we can't win. She has an army of furries, crazy voodoo magic, and the ability to control a Tarrasque. Ain't nobody messing with that. Sips don't care though. He's a problematic monkey child with revenge issues. He reaches Kinora despite fighting against the sleep potion. So, funny seeing you. And he chokes her. Murder, 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 murder! What is with our campaign and choking? Sips casts lightning bolt right there and then, zapping the living shit out of her. It was very satisfying. And then... he gets knocked out by a guard. I mean, he just did attack their leader, so... Then he wakes up. In jail. Fuck! Sips? In jail with him is an NPC, Ohio Jack. Jack is that NPC you constantly forget exists, but is pretty important to the plot. So finally when he shows up, you're like, ah, Jesus! Jack is actually the reason we're in Alchemist Quarry, so technically this is his fault. The main plot for Fool's Gold is Jack hired the gang to travel around exploring these ancient ruins that were once inhabited by an ancient race called the Foreclaimers that disappeared over 2,000 years ago. And our job is to go in there, get information, and these really big crystals. Like big enough to crush your grandma with. The group's not too fond of him, and Sips really doesn't like him. And now they're in jail together. Awesome. So apparently they threw him in jail because they think Jack released the Tarrasque because he was at the scene of the karaoke. Wait. So you're telling me you released the Tarrasque? Yeah. While singing karaoke? Yeah. I should be surprised, but I really am not. So wait, how did you end up in jail then? Tried to electrocute the leader lady. Witch. Yeah, that's not great. Sure felt great. Hey, Sips, psst, over here. Gothy and Arena find Sips through a prison window and try to help him escape. I ain't going anywhere. I gotta murder a witch. Doctor. Well, then what do we do? Go get Sneeze. You mean Sneeze, an NPC that is super important to the story, the same Sneeze that is your loyal companion in Sips's plotline and growth as a character? The same Sneeze that you have not mentioned in any episode so far? Yeah. And bring the giant mech dragon. You also mean the giant mechanized dragon that we found in an ancient ruin? Yeah, all that crap. Look, it's...
Plot exposition. And she's about to say...
really hard to explain a D&D campaign when you start in the frickin' middle, okay?
Yeah, because there's always some backstory and real reasons, and it's just one of those, it made sense at the time, damn it. Yeah, I'm sure it did. But stepping back, it looks like a bunch of idiocy.
Aight. Gothy transforms into a mouse and hops into Sips's pocket. He and Jack are taken to the interrogation room where they meet face to face with Kinora. Remember to keep composed, Sips. I am super composed. He sits with super composure. So, let's start over with less murdering and have a civil conversation. Great. Do you know why my city is inhabited by anthropomorphic creatures? I don't know. You held this really rad furry convention and they just never left? No. So, pretty much, this is how...
Everyone, why is it people get so freaked out about, no, of course not. God, no, I'm not a furry. And they're just like, well, what's the big negative about being one?
works. She explains that she would grab random individuals and do essentially what she did to Sips to them. So cutting off their hand, splicing them with another creature. The creature eventually takes over, and when the process is over, they lose their memory and become part of Kinora's creepy voodoo-controlled army.
See? I told you there was a reason they were furries.
Yeah, it's not great. Sips is kind of the unique case because he's the first animal she's done this to. The interrogation goes on, some snarky comments back and forth with Sips and Kinora, then Sips tells her about releasing the Trask. Wait. So you're telling me you released the Trask? You think you cast the 700-foot permanent dead magic in my city? Yeah, not my finest moment? Didn't really expect it over karaoke. Kinora laughs in Sips's face and goes, "You can't cast magic." "What? You're just a simple stupid monkey." "Excuse me?" "I added some parts to you, yes, but nothing that would make you cast magic. You're literally just a monkey with an exotic hand attachment." "What the heck are you talking about? Of course I can cast magic. I sure as heck shocked the garbage right out of you with a lightning bolt of magic. How do you explain that, huh?" "Weather." Can I go now? Shut up. Look, why don't we stop talking nonsense and you listen to my offer? I will answer any questions you have. I have a feeling you don't remember everything that happened that night, do you? What does that mean? What does that mean? I'll tell you everything.
When the DM has some of your own backstory hidden from you, and you just sit there and you go, God damn it.
If you agree to allow me to experiment a little bit, maybe even add some things. I can teach you how to deal with your curse. You can become quite powerful. Okay, so Sips can learn about everything. He can probably reverse things, control wild magic, the curse, heck, become even more powerful. This is an opportunity. Sips leans in close to Kinora. Go to hell. And he casts lightning bolt at her. And it goes wild. And you know what happens? What magical crazy spell Felix rolls on this wild magic chart for today? Huh? Guess what it is? Nothing. Absolutely nothing happens! See? You can't cast magic. At that moment, Gothi transforms back into herself and straight up slaps Kinora right across the face. Roll initiative, because now we're in it. Typical D&D from 0 to 100 in a second. Kinora takes control over the guards with her crazy voodoo magic and attacks Gothi and Jack. Oh, this is really good. I forgot that she can puppeteer all her people. Nice. Then Kinora turns to Sips, and floating behind her is not 1, not 3, but 9 severed hands of different creatures. Oh, hands. Why did it have to be hands? Oh, and attached to each individual finger of each individual hand is a razor sharp whip. Cool.
So, if we assume that her drawing is correct, 4 times 9 is 36. So roughly 36, almost 4, depending on if some have more or less fingers. 36 whips. Ooh.
So now I'm fighting against a crazy hand-obsessed lady who has 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot of whips. Do you know how many attack rolls that is? I don't know, like 40. A lot. Sips dodges her attacks at first. Oh, and while she's attacking, she's like, let me experiment on you. We can work together. Let me take you out for lunch and shit. Go fuck yourself, you crazy witch. I'd rather die. Well, it's gonna happen if you keep this up. Shush! Sips shoots off a spell. Ha! But it goes wild again. Ah, nuts. And now you can only speak Goblin until you cover your head in water. So now my teammates have no idea what I'm saying, and I'm pissed. This woman is right in front of me, right for the murdering, and I can't do a damn thing. This is Sips' chance for that sweet slice of revenge cake, and I'm messing it up with stupid goblin nonsense. Everything is going to hell. So, typical D&D session. Then Gothi whistles, and bursting through the door is a large shark. Hound. Jawbone. Gothy's familiar. Jawbone is pretty much if a dog and a shark had a baby, a murdering amphibious teeth machine baby that also breathes fire. Homebrew.
Yeah, because in the original game no such creature exists, but, well, people like to have fun with it. And that's the key thing, folks. Have fun with stuff like D&D.
So now, just in the small interrogation room, we got a big fire-breathing biting machine, possessed guards, Gothy, a very soiled, scared Jack, a very pissed-off Sips, and a lady with hands. A lot of hands. Not great. Then Sips feels a twinge in his right crocodile arm, and it starts to move on its own as it's being controlled by Kinora. She then uses her voodoo possession magic to cause Sips's arm to cast a burst of wild magic. Felix rolls for the chart, and he goes, "Oh, okay." 'Cause that's always really good to hear. Sips, you feel this energy being ripped from your arm without your control, and you see Kinora in front of you, and then you don't, as she is gone. Just like that. Apparently, when she cast the wild magic through Sips's arm, the magic triggered was she stopped time for 5 minutes. And then she just straight up peaced out. Sips? Oh, and your curse grows by 5%, so you're at 35% now. Yeah. Motherfuck! This video is brought to you by the Deck of Many Animated Spells.
Yeah, that's about how it goes. It goes from bad to worse, and you try to scrape together what you can for the best. Best results. But there's no guarantee you'll ever get those results, so all we can do is keep going. Anyway, so next up we learn, we get a bit of an interlude, because this will also introduce a few other characters, so just a little side story.
Today's video is sponsored by thedeckofmany.com. Happy Halloween! Or belated Halloween! Or early! To be honest, I don't know when I'm getting this out. But, what about part 4? Shh. Candy. So I was thinking I should have a story from my life that's spooktacular, right? Nope. But I did remember a pretty good D&D Halloween story, 'cause instead of going out and partying to enjoy Halloween, I played D&D instead. What is my life? So we did a one-off with the Fool's Gold group, but it was only the 3 of us, 'cause the other 2 wanted to actually be members of society and enjoy Halloween. Like people. I wish I was people. So we got Sips, Arena, Gothy, and remember that NPC I mentioned in the last video? You mean Sneeze, an NPC that is super important to the story, the same Sneeze that is your loyal companion in Sips's plotline and growth as a character, the same Sneeze that you have not mentioned in any episode so far? Yeah, Sneeze. Him. He's here too. Look at him. Weird. What is he? Kangaroo thing? Monkey? Cat? We'll never know. I kind of drew him when I was making Sips and was like, I want this to be Sips' best friend. What is he? Sneeze? It's Sneeze? What? I love him. I made him up. He doesn't say much because he doesn't have a tongue, which is a bonus in Sips' book. And I mean, he doesn't need to talk. Sips and him they have this connection, you know? They get it. Fine. I'll go to Martha's birthday party. He's Sips' partner in crime. Literal crime. They do lots of crime together. Stop doing crime together. He's been with Sips ever since he was awakened. Now, Sips is a jerk, even to Sneeze, but at the end of the day, Sneeze is his number 1. Ah, shush! Now our Halloween one-off takes place before the whole Tarask incident, so Sips is at about 20% of his wild magic curse. We start at a spooky mansion that is said to be harboring an evil presence that must be dealt with, and accompanying the group is a strong and heroic paladin, NPC, Belmont. Let's go get him, team! We shall be victorious! I already don't like this guy. Yeah, me too.
Good thing he probably doesn't survive.
You go in. As soon as we enter the mansion, Belmont dashes down the massive hallways, killing undead left and right, making us literally chase after this idiot just to keep up with him. Hey, wait up, meathead! Hurry up, slowpokes! Yeah! To glory! Okay, now I really don't like this guy. Then before we know it, we follow this guy all the way into the heart of the mansion to a massive ballroom. Come out, demon! Me and my friends shall slay thee! Whoa. We never said we were your friends. Yeah, that's coming on a bit strong. Fight me, beast! Whoop! Oh, thank God. Now we can leave, and the door's gone, and the giant shadow monster is approaching us. We see a door at the end of the hallway. There, let's go. We book it down the dark hallway, being chased by the shadowy claws grabbing at us. We constantly are making reflex saves. Not much time to react. Then Jawbone fails his save. And then Sneeze. We jump through the door and realize that our companions have been taken by the darkness. Let me go! I gotta go back out there and murder some shadows! Sips, it's too dangerous out there. Like hell it is! They took Sneeze. You should be in a murdering mood too. They took Jawbone. Yeah, I'm gonna murder them too, Sips. But being stupid won't get us anywhere. And going out there, being taken by a murdering shadow, doesn't help anyone. Think this through, stick together, and he's gone. Yeah, okay. As we enter the back door in the room, we each individually get teleported to different rooms. You know, the party splits up. And I enter a room with wall spikes. And the door's gone. I'm getting some Saw vibes going on here.
I'd like to play a little game with you.
There it is.
Arena, before you are two buttons. As you can see, both of your dear friends are in danger. You must choose who lives and,
Gothy! Gothy! I choose Gothy.
well,
You son of a... Gaseous form. And I sneak out of the room through a crack in the wall. Are we done here? They enter the next doors. And again, we split up. But now it seems like we entered a maze. Oh, good. Through spooky narrow passageways, Arena tries to find her way out of the maze until she comes across a ghoul just wandering the halls. What do? I attack it with my steel ball. Arena's main attack weapons are two individual steel balls. They can do quite a bit of damage, with sparkles included. Alright, go ahead. She manages to land a hefty blow right to the ghoul's face. Woo! But with closer examination, turns out the ghoul was actually Gothy. Yeah. This place is actually illusion to high heaven, and Arena just failed her will save. Whoops. Ugh, what the heck, Arena? Well, maybe next time don't look so ghouly. What? Sips comes around the corner and sees, well, two ghouls arguing in front of him. Oh my god, he failed his will save too. And throws acid splash right into Arena's face. Ah! Oh. Hey, Sips. Oh. Hey, Gothy. Arena. You hit me with acid! Ah! Why? Why did you hit me a second time? First time I thought you were a ghoul. The second time was for me. Why don't we get out of here? We still gotta find Jabba.
For those who are worried, acid splash, it stings, but it's not the worst. I think it's something like, oh god, I would have to look it up, but depending on the version, it's like 1d4 damage. It's not much. It's not a strong acid. It basically irritates the eyes and face and skin. It doesn't actually do much in the way of real damage without casting it a lot.
Bone and sneeze. Right, yeah. Let's go. We go through the maze fighting against illusions and creatures and Felix's dungeon mind game bullshit till we reach another door. I am so gonna blow this place up when we get out of here. Beyond the door, we see a large dining room with a long table, and on the table is a large feast. And guess who's stuffing his face at the end of the table? Sneeze! Yay, we found him. Yay. Sneeze? Wait. The entire time, I was worried about you. Aw, you were worried about him. Shut up! You've been stuffing your face and enjoying yourself? What does any of this have to do with Martha's birthday party? Sneeze offers Sips an apple. Now, when we entered this room, the party had to make a will save. Everyone, except Sips, succeeded. They see this table of a supposedly delicious feast and see what it actually is, a disgusting, maggot-infested, meaty gore feast. Sips thinks this apple looks awesome, when actually he's about to eat a maggot-filled heart. Sips? No. I do eventually save against the will saves, but it may or may have not taken longer than I would have liked. I barf it out and get all that gross out of Sneeze too. Then we open the next door to a kitchen full of sharkhound parts. I am so gonna blow up this place when we get out of here. Walking through, we see that it's not at all Jawbone, but it's really here just to mess with our heads. Then we enter the final room. In the middle, we see Belmont. God, motherfucking God, son of a bitch! And floating above Belmont, bound, is Jawbone, being twisted and contorted. I knew I should have murdered him. You think you should murder everyone all the time. I should have listened to my instincts more. Haha! It's me, Belmont! I was the one behind it all! Didn't see that coming, did you? But I am also a mind flare, haha! Didn't see that one either! You see, this is an elaborate plan. You hurt my Shargo! What? Shark? Doggo? Shargo? Well, You hurt my dog! At that moment, Gothy transforms into a large shark hound and eats a small candy that turns her another size category larger. So now we have a pissed off, huge shark hound that can breathe fire staring down a mind flare. Ooh, you done messed up. Yeah, you done messed up, boy. Yeah, we get into combat, but pretty much Sips and Arena just sit back and watch the carnage. We help a little bit, but Gothy pretty much decimates him. We get comfortable and just watch. Eventually, she pins him down and blasts fire right into his face, then ripping off his head. Well, that's the end of that. Now we can get out of here. Then we hear clapping behind us, revealing the mind flare. God damn it! Well, I got everything I need from all of you. Happy Halloween! And you wake up. Yeah, turns out we were in a dream kind of sequence thing the entire time. But we did wake up with scars from any injuries we acquired during the whole ordeal. So was it real or not? Woo! We're still gonna go blow up the mansion though, right? Oh yeah. Yep. We get on the giant mech dragon. Yes, I'm gonna talk about the giant mech dragon in part 4. Shh. Candy. And we totally obliterate the mansion, even though we don't know if it was all real or not. My house. Happy Halloween! This video is sponsored by thedecomini.com. They make convenient reference cards for 5th edition D&D of monsters, NPCs, conditions, a lot of really cool stuff. And right now, they're giving away a cool mini campaign called Humblewood, where you can play as a bird. Just look at this adorable bird face. So make sure to go check out their stuff, link in the description. Oh, also thank you Puffin Forest for doing some spooky lines in this video. Happy Halloween! Today's video is sponsored by thedeckofmany.com. Is Arena a JoJo reference? I guess. So no one in the group except Arena's player has watched JoJo, so the entire campaign we didn't get the reference. But now we do! So yes! Thank you, Internet. Though that JoJo reference is just a small sliver of who Arena is, as I'll explain in the other videos. So let's move on! Also, I suggest watching the previous part 3 video, just so you know what's going on, since it's been like 3 months. Anyway, we're in Kinora's interrogation room, where she just got away. That leaves Gothy, Jawbone, Jack, some dead guards, and Sips, whose curse just grew to 35%. Yay! Okay, don't worry. I'm gonna go out with Jawbone and see if I can find her. She couldn't have gone far, so just stay here and don't kill Jack. Don't kill the archaeologist, please. Yeah, I'd like to second that. I think it's best if you don't talk. Gothy then heads out on Jawbone to search for Kinora, leaving Sips with Jack. Now Sips, I know this looks bad. I mean, you did manage to finally get a chance to take revenge on your mortal enemy and kinda sorta let her get away, but look on the bright side. I mean, we're alive, and the guards are dead, so really, I mean, oh thank God he's gone. I need to change my pants. Sips walks out of City Hall where he was being kept, and he's just pissed. Mother frickin' God. Hands. Sips. And we see our other player, Gorthan, our crystal golem. Oh, Gorthan. Why are you covered in blood? Well, you know what? I don't want to know. You wouldn't happen to have seen a crazy lady with 9 severed hands and with the face of a bitch walk by, would you? Gorthan laughs. Wait, you lost Kinora? Wow, you must feel like garbage. I mean, you really had like 1 chance.
When your charisma is like 3.
And you let her get away. Woof. Okay, now I know this player wasn't trying to piss off Sips, but on this particular day where everything's not going really great, he just snaps. In my head, I'm like, am I doing this? Man, oh man, you're never gonna get a chance like that again. Oh yeah, I'm doing this. Sips slaps Gorthan right across the face. Ooh. Now, player drama's nothing special for a normal player. But Sips is not a normal player. As Felix asks, did you just slap Gorthan across the face with your cursed hand? Yeah. Something I haven't told you guys about Sips's curse. You guys know that when he casts a spell, there's a percentile chance it can turn wild, right? You know, you roll from the chart, simple. Well, on top of that, he also has a touch curse, meaning whenever he touches an object or a person with that cursed arm, there's a small chance, will save DC of 13, that he curses them. Yeah. This is one of the reasons why Sips is not really that touchy-feely kind of guy. Now, the curse can be as innocent as you grow 1 inch taller, to as brutal as you can't cast magic. Ever. Now, the limits are you can only try to curse the object or person once. So if they save, you're unable to curse them forever. If you do manage to curse them, you can't curse them a second time. Throughout the entire campaign, I accidentally, or purposely, tried to curse the entire group. They all saved though, but I did not try to curse Gorthan up to this point, 'cause I forgot. Whoop! So he rolls a will save, and fails. Oh yes. I take out my curse chart, yes I have another chart, and roll to see what curse he gets. Then I see it. Oh no. Sliding the chart over to Felix, he reads it. Oh no. And pulls out the monster manual. Everyone around the table is quiet. I think the thing you guys should know by now is the Fool's Gold campaign is a gift that just keeps giving. Gorthan, you feel Sip slap you across the face. No harm comes to you, since you're a crystal golem being slapped by soft crocodile monkey hands. Yeah, I moisturize. But you feel a strange sensation run through your whole body as you become stretched, pulled, and transformed temporarily 1d4 hours into a Gorthan-sized Yurthak. This. What? Whoops! Sips just stares at Gorthan. Yurthan. Yurthan? I'm not dealing with this. And he walks away. I'm having a day. We'll get back to that later. Sip sees Arena, and with her is the giant mech dragon, just casually in the middle of town. Then we got Sneeze. If you haven't seen the Halloween one-off video, I strongly suggest if you want to know more about Sneeze. But the lowdown is he's Sip's buddy, his number one, and he can't talk because he's got no tongue. But what is he? Alright, let's move on. Also with her is an NPC from Alchemist Quarry, Abby. An adorable red panda who's not only a sweetheart and a gentle soul, but also a great massage therapist who can knock you the fuck out while dislocating your joints. Adorable. Everybody in the group adores her, even Sips. But not really today, though. Why is she here? What? She's one of Kinora's cursed furries. What? She was created by her. Created? Kinora could possess her at any time. What? Who knows how far her voodoo crazy magic goes? Possession? What? She could be listening through her giant red panda ears right now. My ears aren't that big. See? Sneeze gets it. What are you? Sips gets right into Abby's face. Look, Abby. Either you're with us or you're against us. Choose. Yes? Okay, that sounds like possession talk to me. Whoa. You're being paranoid. Abby's been nothing but nice to us since we got here. She's a delicate flower and I love her. I will not stand by while you threaten this perfect creature that... Where did she go? Then just behind Arena, we hear the giant mech dragon start up and take off. While we were too distracted arguing with each other, Abby became possessed by Kinora and steals our giant metallic death machine. This thing has 2 massive claws dealing 8d8 plus 13 damage per claw, 2 lasers with 20d6, and an EMP blast with a 100-foot radius at 20d6 that stuns for 1 round. And before you ask, yes, we did use this against the Trask, and no, it didn't really help as much as we wanted. So now this death machine is being piloted by a Kinora-possessed red panda. Oh no, this is good. This is really, really good. So Kinora thinks she got away with this instrument of destruction without a hitch, till Felix and the other players remembered one thing. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing? Our other player, Julian, the spell scale, was also on the dragon, doing maintenance. Now Julian is our calm, collected, and well-knowledgeable character. He's mostly known in our group as the Crafter. He knows knowledge robotics, so naturally, he's the guy who fixes our stuff. Well, I'm afraid it's too late, old man. This dragon is mine now. Your dragon. Why, yes, I'm the one driving it, aren't I? Julian pulls out a small remote. You may be driving it, but I own it. And Julian turns off the dragon, which starts to free fall at 10,000 feet in the air. Now you may be wondering, wouldn't you simply fly off the dragon, as no one is attached to it? Well, actually, each player has a set of big honkin' magnetic boots that allow us to stick to the dragon's metallic surface. However, you can turn off the magnetic function if you want to jump off the dragon. As Julian goes up to Abby while she's freaking out and turns off her magnetic boots, causing her to fly off to almost her death till Julian grabs her. Now there's a 1,000-ton dragon just free falling towards the fast approaching surface, a screaming red panda girl, and a spell scale who don't give a flying flip. Say you're sorry. Turn this dragon right back on! I'll give you to the count of 3. Are you crazy? 1. You're going to die! 2. You're... Ugh! Kinora stops possessing Abby and... Ah! I'm sorry, Julian! See, was that so hard? Julian then tries to turn back on the dragon. But, you see, it takes a bit for it to start back up. Kind of like a computer warming up. Yeah, and they don't have that time. Oh, crap. Well, I lived a good life. Then through all the madness, coming out of the clouds, what is that? Could it be? Is it a savior to aid our heroes? No. It's Gorthan! Yurthan? What? And before anyone can react, Gorthan rolls high enough to grab them before they plummet to their death. We're alive! What the hell is this thing? We all then see the dragon just hit the ground outside the city. They're probably fine. Woof. This video is sponsored.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And I think we'll leave it here for tonight. So we managed to reach up to episode 4. So next time I get a feel for needing a break, I think we'll pick up on episode 5 and continue on. I really do adore the Dingo Doodles, the Fool's Gold series as a whole, and a lot of the interesting things Dingo does. So I figured this would be a good night to just relax and do something simple. So let me know if you guys have anything else you want me to watch or anything you want to share with me. Always up for something interesting. So thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, and this has been, well, let's watch Dingo Doodles Fool's Gold. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.